guys, it's Kayla and welcome back to Love Tangle. Where we left off last time, we had just gone on our date with Nolan because he won the coin flip and we're now in his route. After a lovely day of horseback riding, we are now on some type of mountain or rooftop. Not really sure, but let's see how they end out the date. Nolan stops the car and leads me to a breathtaking view. I've never seen anything so beautiful before. The scenic viewing area basks in the orange glow of the setting sun. Tiny sparkling stars peek out from the darkened indigo sky. The distant twinkling city blends the ground and starry skies. It's my secret spot. Nolan declares this with attentive pride. It's lovely. As if drifting amidst a cloud of stars, I let my imagination run wild. I never knew such a beautiful place that was so close to the city. This is a special place to me. At my side, Nolan mutters while he stares straight into the fading horizon. I come here to pray for another victory after each case. It's become a habit of mine. Really? I never took Nolan for a superstitious sort of person. The thought of the strong and stubborn Nolan praying to the stars for help is downright adorable. Why did you bring me here? I'm not sure. I don't even know myself. I was gonna head back to Lilac right away, but somehow this is where I ended up. Then, lucky me. Why? Because I got to see such a wonderful place by pure accident. I guess you could say that. As the sun falls, the lights of the city sprawl even more distant across the lands. The sight is a living piece of art, and my eyes refuse to look anywhere but forward. It's so pretty here. It's a shame you kept it a secret until now. Yeah. But either way, Nolan brought me to a special place. Thanks. This place means a lot to you. Thanks for showing it to me. I didn't. Coming here was a fluke, alright? I just felt like coming. If you say so. Still, that doesn't change the fact that you brought me here. You're strange. While overlooking the spectacle before us, a cool breeze starts to pull at my hair, now waving in the wind. It's getting kinda cold. While I hug my collar close to my skin, Nolan moves over closer towards me. He then smoothly tosses his jacket over my shoulders. Huh? His trapped warmth and scent hit me at once, making my heart flutter. Won't you catch a cold? I grab the jacket and return it back to him. Fine. He scoots even closer, adjusting the jacket so it hangs between both of our shoulders. Our arms press together, making my heart race. At this rate, he's so close he can hear how fast it's beating. Oh, so now they give us the picture. Weren't we about this close when riding Datemond? Whenever he's near like this, I can smell his scent. Speaking of which, it reminds me of what happened while on the horse. Hey, it's so cramped. Can't help it. It's just a one-person saddle. Too bad he was just trying to tease me then. On the other hand, maybe he sped up on purpose. It made me completely forget how close we were together. Was he really thinking that far ahead? Then, when I fell off Datemond, he was there to save me. I'm so glad I came out with Nolan. That was cute. What were you thinking about? It's creepy when you get all quiet. Hey, I was just remembering something. Whatever. We should have done this from the start. It's nice and warm. Nolan says this casually while he puts his arm around my back. Yeah, he's thinking nothing of it. Maybe he's used to being this close to girls. Nolan's warmth seeps into my skin, warming my very heart. Didn't he shield me from the rain when we came back from the bar too? You're such a nice guy. What was that? It totally changed my impression of you today. Your impression? Yeah, at first I thought you were cold, stubborn, and mean to people. But after spending today with you, I found out you're a gentleman who's surprisingly kind, likes animals, and has a special smile. Surprisingly, I've always been kind. You know what I mean, but now I can see why Miguel and Joy like you so much. Those two know that deep down inside, Nolan's a good guy. Well, my impression of you changed too. He talks now in a sharp, criticizing tone. How's that? I thought you were boring, stuck up, and unattractive, but it turns out you're confident, outspoken, and not so boring after all. I don't know whether to be mad or not at that. Hey, what about being attractive? See what I mean? Outspoken. Hey, by the way, have you noticed? You're smiling so much right now, it's crazy. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. There's one more thing about you. What's that? You're terrible at poker. Oh, would you shut up already? His gentle smile and eyes diminish the bite of his words. After we leave the night sky behind, the two of us have a late dinner. When we finish eating, we pass through the parking lot side by side. It sure got late quickly. What are you, a kid? It's not even close to late. Didn't you know, responsible adults always go home early. Hey, thanks for today. I speak quietly to Nolan beside me. What was that about? I had lots of fun today. Our movement stops as we turn to face each other on the moonlit path. When we had that coin toss, I never thought you'd actually take me on a date. We were all drunk, and besides, I didn't think you were the type of person to do such a thing. What do you mean, what type of person? You know, the type to take a bet seriously after we had all been drinking. Did you think I'd be too annoyed to take you on a date or something? Until this morning, I guess. I told you, right? My impression of you has changed a lot today. I just wanted to say thanks. I had fun. Is that so awkward? Now it sounds like I had terrible expectations for the date the whole time. No, I feel the same way. Huh? I had pretty low expectations for the date, to be honest. But like I said, I always keep my word. I invited you out today as a matter of obligation. Yeah, that's sure how it felt when he spoke to me last night. But it turned out differently. What do you mean? Just like you said, I had fun, surprisingly. Nolan? Just then, the headlights of a passing car illuminate Nolan's face. His squinted eyes stare at me, and so I stare right back at him. A long time passes where neither of us say anything. Kayla, He finally breaks the silence and looks deep into my eyes. But then, a man masked by shadows approaches us from the road. Nolan Jr. Naturally, we both turn and look his way. His appearance, by no stretch of the imagination, could be described as well off. So that's the end of the chapter. Look forward to the next one. Hi, Kayla. So you chose Nolan, huh? Just as he chose tails instead of heads for the flip of a coin. You thought Nolan was kind of twisted, didn't you? But that's not true at all. Compared to Miguel, Nolan is pretty much honest and easy to understand. Naoki, you done working on your fabulous artwork? Yes, I'm still new here, but I know a little bit about Nolan. He says sarcastic things, but the truth is he's honest. He can't lie. Yeah, just like you said, Naoki. Nolan's really straight and honest. He's just not good at expressing his real feelings. Because of that, you and Nolan would have an unexpected accident. Oh no! Well, not only that, Nolan would do something that I can't do. Naoki, it's quite a bit difficult to get the image. Say it more romantic so that it sounds like a love romance. Anyways, Kayla, enjoy the next chapter. Say hi to Nolan. Way to give us a cliffhanger. Nolan, main story, chapter 6. The man glares at Nolan, hatred boiling in his eyes. Who's that? Didn't he call out to Nolan just now? Nolan steps in front of me, as if protecting me from the stranger. What's going on here? He's staring at Nolan like they're enemies. Do they know each other or something? Nolan. Frightened, I whisper out his name, prompting Nolan to nudge me an additional step backwards. Who might you be? I used to work for a company you went to court against. Oh, now I get it. Huh? So he knows who that is? In contrast to the calm and collected Nolan, the man's face is enraged and bright red. What do you know? Because of you, I lost my job. And my family. His cries startle nearby pedestrians, causing heads to turn as they peek at the commotion. We'll do it again. I want a retrial. I'll take back my family and my life. He screams and gets in Nolan's face, grabbing him by the collar. Never breaking his composed expression, Nolan knocks his hand away and pulls out a notebook from his pocket. The case is finished, and the judge denied any chance of a retrial. More besides, I was just doing my job. If you have any issues, take it up with the company that hired me. Nolan speaks calmly, stuffing his notebook back in his pocket and walking away. Wait! The distraught man crumbles to his knees, slamming his fist in the cement. Nolan walks to his car without as much as looking back. So this has to do with Nolan's work, doesn't it? I hurry towards the car, looking back once more, only to see a man break into tears. Even inside my car, the sight of a man's tormented face won't leave my head. I just can't forget the way he was glaring at Nolan. It must be hard to have someone stare right at you with such malice and hatred. Are you okay? Are you okay? Huh? He grabbed your shirt, right? Did you get hurt at all? I'm fine. Rather, I'm sorry that I scared you. Nolan confesses apologetically. Don't be. I gently shake my head. Did that have to do with some trial of yours? I ask in a calm voice as he starts the car. Yay, Nolan thinks it was the best choice. There was a lawsuit against his company. They lost their case and went bankrupt since no one trusted them anymore. I knew Nolan had something to do with it. That's terrible. But why was he taking it out on you?
He's just frustrated and doesn't have an outlet for his emotions. It happens all the time.
Even if it does, what if something bad happens? Shouldn't you file a police report or something?
I'm used to it by now.
Well, you shouldn't be.
I know where you're coming from, but this sort of thing happens all of the time in my field, Kayla. If I filed a police report every time something like this came up, I wouldn't have enough time to sleep.
Nolan steps on the gas, making the car launch forward. However, somewhere in his eyes, it looks like he's holding some emotions from me. There isn't anyone who feels nothing at being hated like that. Just watching it was painful for me. I'm sure it must be so much harder for him. Nolan, it hurts, doesn't it?
Don't be stupid. Why would it?
You're blaming yourself. I see it in your eyes.
Don't talk to me. I'm trying to drive here.
Oh, we're getting in a fight. But
I'm just tired, that's all.
Nolan rejects my concern bluntly as he steps hard on the gas. A long silence takes over the car. Maybe I said too much. Now it's just awkward in here. I know nothing about his line of work. I should have just kept my mouth shut. Now I want to apologize, but it's probably better if I don't say anything. Unsure whether to talk or not, but hating the unbearable silence, I reach out and switch on the radio. And those were tonight's leading headlines. The voice of a radio host cuts through the chilling silence. In other news, renowned lawyer Nolan steps away from the suit against a large pharmaceutical company. Now, executives from the company are approaching his son, Nolan Jr., to represent their case in court. Huh? Did they just say Nolan Jr.? I glance over at Nolan just in time to see his eyebrows twitch. Regardless of who their defense is, it will be a long and troublesome trial for both sides. Does Nolan Jr. have what it takes to win and claim his 100th miracle victory? Find out what we think after this break. Nolan reaches over and flips the radio off, having heard enough from the enthusiastic host. Once again, the car falls into a deep silence. Is that pharmaceutical company the one the shelter is suing? What if it is? A ghastly shiver crawls through me, from my toes to my head. And you're taking the job?
Who knows? Seems like they want me to.
Don't play dumb! Is this why you asked me all those questions about the shelter? No, I better not. I don't think I want to hear the answer. And even though I know I shouldn't, my emotions are too wound up to stop talking. Is it because I'm mad at Nolan, or is it something else? So you talked to me just to steal information. You were using me?
Is that a problem? You're the one who talks so freely about it. If there's a problem here, it's you and your big mouth.
Oh my gosh. I clench my fist, his words hitting me like a brick wall. I'm not just angry, I'm hurt, and the pain in my heart is proof of that. And to think I trusted you. How could you even talk to me with such impure intentions?
Trust? You trusted a man you barely knew just on account of living in the same apartment, who also invited you to the bar to talk, of all places. Admit it, the only reason you came is because of who I am. You're just another girl that goes crazy when she hears the name Nolan Jr.
What? I don't think so. His flurry of insults pierces my heart.
What about today? We had a date over some stupid coin toss. You could have just said no. Aren't you just a gold digger?
Don't be stupid. I can't believe you would think such a thing. Besides, I lived overseas. I didn't even know about you until recently. And when we went to the bar together, I was just trying to get to know the people that I live with. Don't be so full of yourself. Why did it have to come to this? It was going so well until now. Even Nolan said he was having fun. He's sitting so close to me, but now he feels so far away. I feel so frustrated and angry I can't even cry. Instead, my heart twists with pain. When we finally reach Lilac Court, Nolan leans his head against the window with his eyes aimed at his feet. As I unfasten my seatbelt, I say one last thing to him. And about the shelter, I only talked to you about it because I thought you liked animals. But you're right, I opened my big mouth and now I regret it. Before he has a chance to say anything back, I jump out the door and run away. I'm such an idiot. Okay guys, well, after that intense fight, I'm going to go ahead and end it here and we'll pick up next time. It seems like Nolan's route's going to have a lot more conflict than Cody's, so get ready for it, and thank you for watching.